Hello, welcome to my channel and this week's yoga class. Today we're just going to be doing a simple calming flow. So we're going to come to a comfortable standing position, taking our Tadasana pose, hands by the sides, palms facing out. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. You can close the eyes if you wish. Really trying to slow that breathing down. Using your feet to connect to the floor. We're going to open the eyes, and on the next in-breath we're going to stretch tall. As we breathe out, we're going to take right hand to left wrist and just tip over, pushing the weight into the left foot, pushing that left hip out. Take a nice deep breath here. Breathe in, stretch tall. As you breathe out, left hand on right wrist, tipping to the left, pushing that right foot into the ground. Right hip comes out. Take a deep breath here. On the next in-breath, stretch tall. As you breathe out, bring the arms back by the sides. Good. You're going to step to either end of the mat and we'll do a sun salutation. We're going to keep it nice and slow. So as you breathe in, we're going to stretch tall. Breathing out, we'll come down to the toes. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat and just gently step it back to plank. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, knees, chin, chest all the way to the floor or chaturanga. Breathe in for up dog or cobra. As you breathe out, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. We'll take 2 deep breaths here. If you want to, you can pedal the feet, stretching out the back of the legs. On your next out breath, you're just going to walk feet to hands. Breathe in, half lift. As you breathe out, hands on elbows, dropping down to your ragdoll pose. Again, we'll take 2 deep breaths here. You can swing it side to side if you wish. Release the hands to the floor. Next in breath, come all the way up. Hands to prayer. As you breathe out, heart center. Good. We're going to do a half sun salutation to come to the floor. So breathing in, arms come up. As you breathe out, we're going down to the toes. Breathe in, half lift, flat back. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the mat, and again, just gently stepping it back for plank. This time we'll all do knees, chin, chest, pushing up for whatever cobra feels good for you. Tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. We'll take 1 deep breath here. We're then going to bring the knees down, feet together. You can take knees wide or together, sitting the hips back, and we're going to take a child's pose. So in this child's pose, we're going to work on opening up our shoulders. So depending on your flexibility, you can bring the head down to the mat, bring the elbows narrow, hands together, and that might be enough of a stretch. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can bring blocks in at whatever angle is best for you. So I'm going to go for flat, but you could go for them upright. You're going to drop the head between, elbow on each block, and just bring the hands to prayer, again to whatever feels comfortable for you. So if that's just above the head, stop there, or you can bring them right behind the neck and back. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here. On every out breath, see if you can sink those hips further to the feet. So you're really sitting down on those feet, grounding through the hips, the knees, the elbows, stretching through those shoulders. One more deep breath. Good. Bring the hands down and just gently walk yourself up. So we're going to continue with opening up those shoulders, and we're going to take a dolphin pose for 3 deep breaths. So for dolphin pose, you want the hands flat on the floor, fingers spread wide, elbows down, and then you're going to tuck the toes under and push the hips up and back as if you're going into down dog, and then you're really going to try and push through. Now if your range of movement isn't very good and your head is on the floor, feel free to bring those blocks back underneath the elbows, so as you come back you've got plenty of clearance, so you're not balancing on your head. If you have the range of movement, we're going to take 3 deep breaths in our dolphin pose. If you can put your feet flat on the floor, please do, but they don't have to be. You can also bend the knees, whatever feels good for you. We'll take 1 more deep breath. Wiggle the feet away from you slightly, roll it down into a plank, drop the hips, take the feet wide, lifting up for a sphinx. We'll take 2 deep breaths here. Good. Release to the floor. Bring the hands by the ribs, tuck the toes under, up and back, down dog. Take a nice deep breath here. And then gently walking the feet back to the hands. We're just going to take the index finger, if you can reach, around the big toes, tuck the head towards the knees, and take a forward fold for 2 breaths. If you can't get hold of the toes, you can use a strap or something around them, or you can just take hold of the back of the legs. Just tuck yourself wherever is comfortable. We'll take 1 more deep breath. Release whatever you're holding on to. Big breath, come all the way up. As you breathe out, hands to prayer, bring it to heart center. We're going to step back to the middle of our mat, coming back to our Tadasana pose. We're going to do a little bit more opening up, and then we're going to bring it back to some grounding breathing, keeping this one nice and short, nice and calm. So we'll take 2 deep breaths in our Tadasana, squeezing the thighs to lift the kneecaps, squeezing the glutes, pulling in that belly button, palms facing forwards, shoulder blades back and down. 1 more deep breath. Good. Breathe in, stretch tall. As you breathe out, left hand comes forward, right hand goes back. Both palms facing towards the right, looking towards the right, trying to keep the hips facing forwards, chest twisted. Really trying to twist and open up the spine. Nice deep breath. Breathe in, stretch tall. Breathe out, we'll go the other way. Left hand behind, right hand in front. Palms facing left, head facing left. Pelvis facing forwards, chest going round to the left. Again, nice deep breath here in that twist. Breathe in, stretch tall. Breathe out, lean it back. Opening the hands, just going back to wherever you feel comfortable. And then as you breathe in, coming back up. Breathe out, hands come back down for Tadasana. Again, 1 final deep breath here. We're going to finish in our bow where we started. So on your next in-breath, arms come up, stretching tall. As you breathe out, right hand on left wrist, and just tip it over, pushing that left foot into the floor, left hip going out to the left. Deep breath here. Breathe in, stretch tall. As you breathe out, left hand on right wrist, leaning to the left, pushing that right foot into the floor, right hip goes right. Nice deep breath. Breathe in, stretch as tall as you can, really stretch all the way through. You can come up onto the toes and breathe out and release. Good. So we're going to bring the hands to prayer at heart center, and we're going to finish our practice with our 3 grounding deep breaths. Now at this point, if you would much rather take a short meditation or savasana, please do, or you can finish your practice here, keeping it nice and short, nice and sweet, and going on with the rest of your day. Wherever you are, close the eyes, slow down the breathing. For joining me here, it's just 3 deep breaths, keeping them slow, keeping them controlled. We're going to drop the hands towards the floor, the chin to the chest, open the eyes, and we're all done. Thank you very much for joining me today. It was a very short practice, but sometimes we just need a little bit of motivation and a little bit of calming rather than working hard. So I hope this can fulfill that. And I'll see you again next week. Namaste.